Is going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Tyler Lego here, and today we're doing another Lego Star Wars comparison video. I love doing these comparison videos. We're slowly but surely getting through all the fighters from the original trilogy, and these ones that we're dealing with are the B-Wings. So let's go old to new. We're going to be doing the 6208 B-Wing fighter. Came out in 2006, had 435 pieces, 2 minifigs, and retailed for only $34.99 US back in the day. Nowadays this set's going for 90 new or 42 used. And then on the left, we have the B-Wing as well. That's set 75050. Came out in 2014, had 448 pieces, 3 minifigs, retailed for $49.99 US. Now nowadays the set's only going for 68 new or 48 old. Anyways, fantastic looking sets, very unique looking fighter. If you know anything about Star Wars, these fighters pack a punch. They're like an X-Wing on steroids. But yeah, enough talk, let's get right into it. And here we have the 2006 model. So this is the one we're going to start off with the review. Very nice looking model. It's a very awkward type craft to review actually, just because there's so many different angles to grab it at. But yeah, first off, let's just start at the bottom. So these are stickers. These actually are improved on with the future one. Then they have some nice blasters. Not really sure what I feel about having it orange. I just thought that was kind of weak. And then this middle area actually just, having lights as the blasters. This is pretty cool. We'll get into that. There's a flick fire missile mechanism. And then here's the cockpit. So how you do that, I'll just show you guys. They have this little stand, which is pretty cool. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But you stick these little rockets in. And this back area pull. It doesn't work the greatest. As I have to go find those. But it's a cool little feature nonetheless. The other thing is there's front stickers right here and here. Not bad. I mean, it is a cool looking model, and this closes up nicely. So now it's in its in-flight formation, and then when it comes to attack position, very similar to the X-Wing. It folds out like that, and now it's coming for you. The other area that we'll get into is just the cockpit. There's nothing too crazy going on in there. But it does fit them in nice and snug. They could have maybe improved on the control panel. I mean, you get a little basically stick shift and a light. But I mean, it's a simpler time. The engines actually look pretty good. I will give it that. But this is the model itself. Let's now take a look at the stand and how Before we do that, let's just give you guys a look at the stand without the minifigs on, which we will be comparing those after. Just to let you know. And also, there's an A-Wing comparison coming out as well. I'm trying to get done all those OG fighters, right? Original trilogy fighters. So cool looking stand. It has some nice little tools, little area for the rockets. This does open up, which is pretty cool as well. Now, I really like it as a stand. As far as the opening feature to it, it is a little lacking, just because it kind of breaks apart, tends to at least. But how you kind of do it is you just make sure these are really closely in, and bang. There it is. It fits in there very, very nicely, and you can kind of stand it. So I did like that. It also has some very nice functioning little ladders. So if you're playing as a kid, the little guy's able to get up there and work on the B-Wing. I just thought it was a very nice feature. Now, the weird thing about this is to get her out, it's a little tricky. As you can see, I'm kind of struggling to do it. Now, part of the reason I think that they did that, as I break it apart, see, this is what I'm talking about. If you're just using it as stand, it's okay. But this does open up, and what it's theoretically supposed to do is allow the B-Wing just to come out of it. Although I find, as you guys can see, it just ends up breaking apart. At least that's been my experience with this set. But as a stand, I think it works really well. Just don't try and take it apart, and you're all good. But yeah, that's the B-Wing. Let's now take a look at the 2014, and then we'll compare. And here we have the 2014 model. Great looking set. Really do like it. So let's take a step back so I can give you guys a proper view of this guy. Give you a 360 view of him. Again, awkward ships to try and review. They're just so wonky, but I still like the look. Great looking look. So on the bottom, you'll notice the sticker is much larger. I think that this is more accurate with the actual movie model. The guns as well on the bottom, a lot more accurate looking. Has some nice little light features there, which the older one did not have. Has some flick fires as well, flick fire missiles. These ones actually work. We all know how those kind of work. And they did actually put red on here as blaster fire, but on the bottom, which I think it's supposed to be proton torpedoes, they don't do that. And then in the front area, I really like this grille detail. It's a little bit more detailed than the 2006 version. And then on the body itself, great looking engines, great looking stickers. We will be putting these B-Wings side by side just to compare them at the end of the, after this clip. And then they have the rotating cockpit. I just thought I'd mention they all kind of do that. They all sort of rotate slowly, which is pretty cool. I do appreciate that. And then I'll show you guys inside. It is a little bit of an improvement over the old one. There is at least a little control panel in there, and he fits in there nice and snug. I also like the seat detailing. It does look like it's like a leather seat. And then the stickers around the top are also nice looking. But yeah, just all in all, very nice like looking B-Wing. Let's now compare the two side by side. And here's the clip you probably have been waiting for. Really cool looking models. They're basically identical as far as their size goes. They're very similar in size. They're basically like exactly the same size. And you know what? Let's give you guys a 360 view of each of them, kind of like this. So that's the 2006 model. Put her to the side, and I'll give you a 360 view like this of the 2014 model. They're almost like they got the size right off the bat correct. Unlike the 1999 X-Wing that was very undersized, this one they're like, yeah, this is the right size. Let's just make it a little bit more detailed. But great looking models. Let's now take a look at the Minifigs. And to begin, I thought I'd give you a view of the 210 nub Minifigs. They're so different. So yeah, the 2006 version came out obviously with a much more simpler one on the left, and then on the right, the much more detailed 2014 10 nub. This one could stand up to our standards as far as a good looking minifig. I mean, he has back torso printing. He also has a beautiful looking helmet. I don't know if that's supposed to be a little TIE fighter and how many TIEs he's kind of taken out. That's just me speculating, but nah, it's not a TIE. It's like a little dagger. But anyways, then he has his typical 10 nub face, and then he has, you know, when he's up in space, he has his little gas breather or whatever, air breather, right? Great looking minifig. The one on the left does not have back face printing. He does not have back torso printing. He's a simpler looking minifig for sure, but he's not in yellow, so he doesn't quite get the nostalgia points. Yeah, he's not bad looking on the left, just not nearly as nice looking as the one on the right. But yeah, those are the 10 nub minifigs. Let's now take a look at the final 3. And here we have the final minifigs. There's 2 included in the old 2006 B-Wing, and then other 2 minifigs that are included in the 2014 B-Wing. And let me say, let's just give you a 360 view. There is some big changes. The newer one has vastly better minifigs. So and there's the B-Wing pilot for the 2006. One thing that's exclusive about him is he has somewhat of an exclusive helmet. This is the updated, new, improved B-Wing pilot. And I mean, look at the differences, right? Like, beautiful looking helmet on this guy, that custom mold. And then you have the standard B-Wing pilot, like, you know, with the beige face, so it's not even like it's yellow, right? He also has back face printing, just a normal face without his visor on, and then with his visor on. Nice pink looking visor as well, somewhat unique. And then we have General Kraken on the far right. This was one of the few times I actually made him. Very nice looking minifig. He has no back face printing, but all in all, still very nice looking. I mean, look at the difference 8 years makes from this guy, who I do believe is a poorly detailed minifig for 2006, to this guy. I mean, holy crap, big difference. So huge props to the 2014 as far as minifigs go. But yeah, those are the minifigs and the comparison of the minifigs. Let's now get into the end of the review. Well guys, that was my comparison video. Hope you enjoyed it. honestly, I think both these sets have their merit. Although I'm going to have to say, I'm going to have to give it to the new one. I think it's just a vastly better looking model, better looking minifigs. This set doesn't quite hold the nostalgia. Not like the early 2000s models. They have a lot more nostalgia for me. Although I still think it's a very good looking set. I think it's the correct size. I mean, this set's supposed to be in some way, shape, or form bigger than an X-Wing. At least longer looking, right? But I still like the older one. But let me know what your guys' personal thoughts are on these B-Wings. Which ones do you like more? If you own these sets. If you like my unorthodox way of balancing them. Yeah, I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are. And yeah, but anyways, that's all I got for you today. But if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing. And click that bell so you're notified for any future Lego Star Wars comparisons we do on this channel. We do them quite often. And I just wanted to mention, I thought the stand was pretty cool. It was included in the older model. The newer one maybe could have included that as well. But yeah, that's all I got. But take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.